What is up, everybody? It is your girl Nia, the video game her, and I wanted to come on really quickly and make this video. Hold on, people in the chat are telling me that I'm actually registering as offline instead of online. Let me see if I can get this working real quick. Y'all let me know, am I live? Am I live? Can y'all see me? Let me know in the chat. Can y'all see me? Am I live right now? Let me know, man. Let me know. Am I live or am I not? Let me know. Because Mo Jizzle is telling me that it says that I'm offline. So y'all let me know if y'all can see me or not. He says it's showing me as offline. Sorry for the technical difficulties, because it's telling me that I'm online, but it's telling him something different. Let me see if I can figure out what is going on. Yeah, it's telling me that I'm online. Okay, so it's showing me that I'm online. So y'all let me know. Can y'all see me? Am I live? If you're watching this right now, let me know if I'm live or not. Okay, I'm live. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm live. So, how can I even preface this? Like, I really didn't write anything out. Like, I didn't really write my thoughts out or anything to kind of get my points across. So, how can I even preface this really? Okay, I'll preface it like this then. So y'all know Comic-Con was over the weekend, and as far as like the DC side of things is you know, like they had the Justice League trailer. So the Justice League trailer obviously has been circulating, and there were certain events that happened in the trailer that a lot of people are still talking about now, and I just kind of wanted to say my little piece on it. So to those of you guys who haven't seen the trailer, I don't want to show the trailer for you guys on stream because I don't really know if that's grounds for like a copyright claim, and I'm not really trying to have that on my channel. So I don't want to take any chances by showing the actual video itself on my channel. So I apologize for that. But there's this little bit at the end of the trailer, and Alfred is chilling in the Batcave. And, you know, he's got a drink at his desk. I guess, you know, he's working or something. So he's got a drink on his desk. And you just hear like this boom, right? And so like the drink, like the contents within the drink ripple, you know, as this noise is being, you know, actualized. And he said something along the lines of, he said that you'd come. I don't know the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, he said that you'd come, we hope, something, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I don't have the direct quote on me. I should have rewatched the trailer before making this video. So there's been a lot of speculation that the person that Alfred has been talking to has been a couple of green people. One of the theories going around here is that one of the people that he's actually talking to is a lantern, or maybe a couple of lanterns, because there's this still image going around where there's like green light in his glasses, right? So everybody's like, oh, he's obviously talking to some Green Lanterns, you know? And I'm just like, I don't know. And then there's also this one scene where they are, I don't know if they're on Apocalypse or if there's just parademons on Earth that they're fighting, but there's this spacecraft or this hovercraft overhead, and then underneath that hovercraft there's like this green light. I don't know if it's a headlight from the ship or something, I don't know, but there's a green light under the ship. Oh yeah, he said that you would come. Now let's hope you're not too late. That's what he said. Thank you, Mo Jizzle. So people are saying, okay, based on this green light that was in Alfred's glasses, and based on this headlight, that it's obviously somebody of the Green Lantern Corps, maybe a couple of lanterns come to Earth, or coming back, because in the trailer they did reference the lanterns. You know, I think it's Steppenwolf's voice that you actually hear of the voiceover where he says, you know, no lanterns, no Kryptonian, you know, this world is for the taking or something like that. No protectors. This world is for the taking. So people are alluding to the fact that the person that Alfred is talking to at the very end of this trailer is a lantern or a couple of lanterns coming to help out with the whole situation with Steppenwolf coming and just wrecking up things and stuff like that. And that's not the only thing people have been theorizing. People have also been saying that it's also probably Jean, Martian Manhunter, or it's who else did people say that it is? Some people are saying it's Supergirl. Some people are saying that it's like want somebody from the Bat family, like Nightwing or like Jason Todd or something like that, which I think is like, if the world is in peril from like some super powered being from a different planet, different dimension, I highly doubt they're gonna get freaking Nightwing or Jason Todd to come in and save the day. Like, that's ridiculous to me. So I don't even really know why those are even being theorized or even speculated right now. So I've been talking to a couple of people online because, you know, it's kind of a thing. I don't know why it's a thing. It's obvious that this person that Alfred is talking to, it's very obvious that the person he's talking to is Superman. It's obvious. Like, how many other people within this current, you know, cinematic universe has the ability to make, you know, the ground move and shake, and the ability to make that sound just from their mere appearance? It ain't Nightwing. It could possibly be a lantern, but I highly doubt it. Who else could it be? It's Superman. It's very obvious, regardless of what Nightwing has said the entire Justice League before he's fired. No, trust me, I understand. Nightwing is fire. I love Nightwing. He's definitely one of my favorite heroes in the whole DC, you know, realm of things. But it's not Nightwing. Stop. So it's definitely Superman. So regardless of what you feel about Batman vs Superman, whether you think it's a good movie or not, at the end of Batman vs Superman, there's a scene after Clark's funeral where like the soil is rising from the ground, signaling that he's restructuring, his cells are restructuring, and he's gonna come back. And if you're not a casual and you kind of know how these things work, you already know they kind of jam-packed freaking Death of Superman in there. We know he's coming back. It's so obvious. And this is the reason why I think that it's Superman. So there's a couple of scenes, for one, and a couple of things that they're talking about within that trailer that makes me believe that it's Superman. So pretty much the entire theme of the trailer is hope. The only people in the DC universe that have any kind of inkling of symbolism with hope is Superman, and of course Saint Walker from the Lanterns. But we know it ain't Saint Walker. They're not gonna just bust Saint Walker randomly in this freaking movie. And then, you know, they have the whole ordeal that basically the world is not the same since the Superman is dead. You know, they reference Superman a lot in this trailer. Even though he's not in the trailer, his presence is very much throughout the entire trailer. There's even a point in the movie where Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash are standing in front of Superman's memorial in Metropolis. Very Superman focused. And then there's this very, very specific scene where Bruce is in the Batcave and he's at his, you know, supercomputer, and he's analyzing a hologram that looks to be like either Supergirl or Superman. It's the red and the blue outfit. So it's a Kryptonian. We know for a fact it's a Kryptonian, right? So this is my theory, okay? My theory is that the hologram that Bruce is looking at the supercomputer is some type of program that is potentially synthesizing Clark's Kryptonian DNA. And I think what's going on is that he's actualizing Clark's cells in real time. This is what I wholeheartedly believe, that he's analyzing Clark's cells in real time, and he's watching them restructure themselves in this program. This is my theory. And I think that because of this, obviously Bruce has shared this information with Alfred. I mean, like, Alfred is part of Batman's operation. His whole shtick is Batman. So anything that Bruce knows, Alfred most likely knows, right? And then not only that, but when Alfred was talking to this person at the end of the trailer, he was talking to this person as if he knew who they were. And even though Alfred and Superman never met face to face, he knows of him. They know of each other. And like, somebody actually told me that my theory was a reach. But think about it, like, I hate the whole "it's because I'm Batman" thing, but it's literally something that Batman would do. Batman in Batman vs. Superman was actively watching Clark. He was highly paranoid about Clark and his abilities. You know, we saw a lot of that in BVS when at the beginning of the movie when Clark was fighting Zod and he was destroying buildings and stuff like that in that battle. Clark didn't trust this dude. So I don't think that it's far-fetched at all for Batman to have somehow gathered DNA from Clark to learn more about him, because at this point, you know, Clark is very elusive to Bruce, and it's in Bruce's nature to be hyper paranoid and kind of find out about the other League members. And we've seen this in I forgot, it was either an animated movie or it was in one of the episodes of Justice League Unlimited where Batman had a contingency plan for just in case any of the League members went rogue. I forgot what it was, but god dang it, I know what I'm talking about. So it's not out of bounds for Bruce to collect DNA on Clark and keep up with his DNA to find out about his abilities just in case Clark goes rogue and he needs to find some kind of way to battle him off, or, like, you know what I'm saying? It was Doom, Justice League Doom. Thank you. So I don't think that's a reach at all. It's obviously something Batman would do. So at the end of the trailer, when Alfred says, "He said you would come," I think he's talking about Bruce. Bruce said you would come because Bruce has been analyzing your DNA and he knows that your cells have the ability to restructure themselves and you have the ability to come back to life if something were to occur, like something that happened in BVS where he died or whatever. And we've even seen instances where freaking Superman, you know, was in space. Was that Man of Steel when he was in space and everybody thought he was dead and he was... his cells were restructuring themselves in space? What was that? Was that Man of Steel or was it an animated movie? I don't know. A lot of this stuff kind of runs together, but I know it happened. So that's my theory. I think that it's Superman. I think it's so obvious it's Superman. I don't think it's Green Lantern. I do think that the Lanterns will appear at some point, or maybe there's some kind of Easter egg that kind of lets us know that that the Lanterns exist. I mean, they've already let us know that the Lanterns do exist in this universe based on that little quote from the trailer. Probably what's happening right now is the Lanterns are off-world doing something in, you know, the greater galactic universe or whatever. Maybe they're out fighting the freaking Anti-Monitor. I don't know what they're doing. But that was BVS. He regened with the sun. He also regened in the night. Dark Knight rises after the nuke. Okay, it was one of those. But that's my theory, man. Tell me what y'all think. Like, is that far-fetched? I don't think it's far-fetched at all. People are telling me that I was reaching. How is it reaching? Like, y'all know Batman is like hella paranoid in many iterations in the comics and the animated movies and stuff. Like, he's hella paranoid. He keeps tabs on all of the Justice League because Bruce is he's the only Justice League member that's just a man. So, you know, all of these people are freaking, you know, gods among men. So he's gonna keep tabs on their abilities and what they can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I don't think that's far-fetched. What are y'all saying in the chat? Cherry Man says, as much as Nia hates Batman, I'm even surprised he's talking about it. Like I don't like Batman because I think that DC focuses way too much on Batman and they give him like way too much shine. But I know how Batman is as a character. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm familiar with Batman. Like, obviously, I know what kind of stuff that he does. But this is something he would do. I don't think it's far-fetched at all for him to keep tabs on Superman's DNA and to know for a fact that, you know, his DNA is restructuring itself in his grave. Like, that's not far-fetched at all. And anybody who's not a casual knows Superman is coming back. I mean, like, Superman is coming back. Like, that's obvious. I felt like I was gonna say something else about this topic, and I can't even think about it right now. Freak. I can't think. I hate when I lose my train of thought. I think that's it. I think that's all I really wanted to say. Green Lantern was on the Justice League poster because they were representing the universe. I saw that poster. They're representing the universe. Obviously, Green Lantern is still a part of the Justice League, but he ain't gonna be in this one. He's not gonna be in this one. That's my takeaway. And if he is gonna be in this movie, it's definitely not Alfred that he's talking to. That's what I think. I'm trying to think if there's any other little things in this trailer that I noticed. I feel like I should have watched it again before I made this video. Dang, I'm drawing a blank. You think Soups will have his black suit? You know, I have a feeling that Soups might actually not have his black suit, because when Alfred is talking to whoever this person is, you can see at like the bottom corner to the right where like whoever he's talking to has on red. So it's a red shoulder. It's either a red cape or a red shirt or something. I think it could be the black suit, but I don't think it's gonna be the black cape. It might be the black suit and the red cape, or he might just have on a different suit that people actually like. Because, you know, a lot of people who are Superman fans actually don't really like his current suit. They think it's too dark. If he shows up at the end of the... What are you talking about, Ronnie FLA? Green Lantern got shafted. I don't think Green Lantern got shafted. They had to freaking redo Green Lantern because the Green Lantern 2011 movie was so garbage. They had to go back to the drawing board. And I ain't mad. As a Green Lantern fan, I would rather them go back to the drawing board because they got to get my boys right. Like, I don't care. To be honest, I don't care if they mess up Superman. I don't care if they mess up Batman. But Green Lantern, now that's my jam, okay? They got to get Green Lantern right. And now that Jeff Johns is on board, I know that the Green Lantern Corps movie will stand a chance because, you know, Jeff Johns has written some of the best Green Lantern runs in the comics, and the movie will likely be in safe hands if he has anything to do with it. You don't think he's talking to Green Lantern, but you think he's in the movie? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Green Lantern, if shows up, will be at the end of the movie. I think that if the Green Lantern is in the movie, it's gonna be more like all of them. You know, maybe they might have been in like some intergalactic space battle with the freaking, I don't know, Red Lanterns or something. But, you know, they find out some stuff is going down on Earth, then they all like just come down and kind of like see what's up. And then like they're gone, you know, like it'll be like a cliffhanger or something. But as far as we know, they haven't even casted anybody for Hal and John, and we know for a fact that they're going to be in the Green Lantern Corps movie. Green Lantern shows up and be at the end. I like his new Rebirth suit, but I think the Man of Steel suit was better, just needed more color. I personally like the Man of Steel suit. I understand what people are saying about it, how it being kind of dark, but I don't know, I liked it. I personally liked it. I think it is self-respect, man. Oh damn, messed up Superman and Batman, that's cold, but stay green. I'm just keeping it real, bro. The Green Lantern Corps, now that's my crew. You know, I want them to get Superman right. I want them to get everybody right. Like, you know, the way that they did Wonder Woman was perfect. Like, Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. Her casting was perfect. The way that she represented the character was so accurate from many different parts of Wonder Woman, the comics, the animated stuff, the shows. Perfect. But considering that I'm such a big Green Lantern fan, you know, this is me. Like, I don't get butthurt by seeing, you know what I'm saying, emo Superman. I want Superman to come back and be the Superman that we know and love, but it doesn't hurt my feelings that he's not. But Green Lantern, they gotta do my boys right. I just want Black Canary in the DCEU. Speaking of Black Canary, you know there's a rumor going on right now that they are no longer doing Gotham City Sirens, and they're actually going to be doing Birds of Prey instead. I hope that's true. Oh my god, I hope that's true. Like, there's a rumor. Okay, let's get off of Justice League for a bit. The rumor is Gotham City Sirens is now Birds of Prey. It's gonna have Black Canary. It's gonna have Huntress. It's gonna have drawing a blank. God dang it, I'm drawing a blank. I know it's gonna be Black Canary and Huntress. I don't remember who else they said they were looking at. And then they were supposedly gonna have the dude from The Office as Green Arrow. What's the dude from The Office? The one who's married to that one chick. Dang, what is that man's name? I hope that it becomes Birds of Prey. I don't want a movie focused on Harley Quinn. I'm not gonna lie to you. Put my girl Black Canary in the forefront. Get her a Birds of Prey movie. Put my girls in there and maybe let them duke it out with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and who else they say? God dang it, I'm drawing a blank today. Yeah, but I also heard that they switched focus from Gotham City Sirens to Birds of Prey, which I would prefer. I don't want no Gotham City Sirens. I'm gonna be honest with you. Put them in a Birds of Prey movie. Let Black Canary and Huntress and all of the other, and Batgirl, let them fight Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and Catwoman. Let them fight them, but don't make the spotlight them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make a Harley Quinn movie, do it later, down the line. Do Birds of Prey first. You know what I'm saying? Orion. It's Orion. Okay. Do them first. You know what I'm saying? Birds of Prey needs to be first. Give Black Canary, like, get the street level characters some, because right now, one thing that I really noticed with the DCEU is that, well, one of the things with the DC universe, even outside of the movies in general, is that DC's characters, their heroes are so larger than life. Like, just look at the people on the forefront. Superman, Green Lantern, Batman, who's just a man, but you know, whatever. Super intellect and all that. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman, all of them basically gods among men, superpowered beings, having the power to do so many great things. So a lot of the things that they do is giant scale, like fighting Zod, like fighting freaking Ares, like fighting Doomsday, fighting Steppenwolf. And a lot of the things that I think that DC should be focusing on as well is their more street level heroes, like Black Canary, like Huntress, like Green Arrow. So I think that this is the reason why I want Birds of Prey, because for every larger than life movie with Wonder Woman and Superman and all of the other cosmic heroes like Shazam, we also need our Birds of Prey. You know what I'm saying? We need our Green Arrows. We need those to be the kind of antithesis to what's kind of going on right now. And I think, aside from the fact that a lot of these movies have not been written very well, one of the things that I think that Marvel has been doing really well with, that DC kind of has been lacking on, is kind of making their characters more relatable. And I think that the reason being is because they're kind of like street level in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really dealing with a whole lot of things that are just like world shattering events. I think that's really what they need. They need to showcase both sides of their properties, because, you know, one of the biggest things that people always complain about with DC is that their heroes are too OP. You know what I'm saying? Bring in those Birds of Prey. Bring in Green Arrow. You know what I'm saying? Bring in no, not Blue Beetle, because he OP too. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bring in some of these street level people. Elongated Man and Booster. You know what? Booster Gold and Blue Beetle are actually supposed to be getting a movie, but we haven't heard anything about it. I hope that it's still something that they're doing, because I would really like to see that. I think that would be hilarious. I even want to see some Wildstorm imprint. I don't think we're going to see any of the Wildstorm people on screen. I think that if they do the Wildstorm people, it won't be for a while. I think they're going to do their main people first. What are y'all saying? I think when they're like all spiders. Yeah, they need to focus on some of the street level people too on the side, which is what I think they're kind of trying to do based on this lineup. Like, you know, they have stuff like Justice League, which is larger than life. They got stuff like Shazam, which is larger than life, and then they have like Batgirl, who is street level. That rumor about Birds of Prey, street level. That's what they need. They have the CW for those characters. I get that, but they need to be in the Miiverse too. They are superheroes that I don't expect them to be relatable. I don't either. Like, but I'm biased. When I think about superheroes, I think about people that I want to look up to. People who can do stuff that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I like street level heroes, but to a point, I like my grandiose heroes. I think that's the reason why I really like the Green Lantern universe so much, is because they're larger than life. There's so many of them. I love that stuff. Man of Steel swelled more into Elseworld style comics such as Superman, Birthright, Son of Darkseid. The Question, you know what? Stuff like that too. He's street level. We need stuff like that, but I want to see those characters in the cinematic universe as well. But if we have to go for street level heroes, of course the Bat Family is perfect for that. Like Nightwing, like Batgirl. I heard Booster Gold and Blue Beetle film is out. So it's out? What? Why even mention that? It's crazy. But I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just kind of chilling with y'all in the chat right now. And I can't really be on much longer because I have to go help my sister with some stuff. I'm starving, y'all. Like, I'm absolutely famished. So, if that Booster Gold and Blue Beetle film is out, that actually kind of makes me sad. I would like to see that. I find Marvel movies corny. I feel like they try to joke way too much, but I do prefer darker comics. That's why. Here's my thing with Marvel. I like Marvel. J3, do you want to hop on? Here's my thing with Marvel. I like Marvel. One of the things that if you guys follow my channel, you guys know that I'm a DC head first because I grew up on DC, but I respect Marvel. And a lot of the reasons why I even got into Marvel in the first place is because when I was a kid, I was hard body into the X-Men cartoon. I was hard body into the Spider-Man cartoon, but then I kind of fell off on that. But then in my adulthood, I kind of came back to Marvel due to Iron Man. Like I didn't even know, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Iron Man existed until the Iron Man movie because I was so knees deep into DC. The only thing that I really knew about Marvel was X-Men and Spider-Man. So the MCU really, really made me a fan. It really did kind of get me into the Marvel mythos. And I've enjoyed Marvel movies in general greatly for the last decade, ever since they started with Iron Man. But in current time, one thing that I've really began to notice is that I understand what Marvel is going for, right? Like, I understand that Marvel has their own format of how they go about doing things. However, they're starting to become very popcorn, for a lack of a better term. They are starting to become a little too jokey for me. I feel like ever since the first Guardians came into play and the success that brought, I mean, they were already very lighthearted and fun, and I enjoyed that. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but ever since that point, I kind of felt like the Marvel movies kind of all feel the same. And like one of the things that I kind of talked about in my last live stream, when I kind of talked a little bit about, you know, San Diego Comic-Con and the things that I saw from Thor Ragnarok, is how I felt like Thor didn't really have its own swag. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I felt like Thor was biting way too much off of the Guardians' success, because in the past the Thor movies haven't really had as much critical acclaim as the other Marvel properties. Let me get my boy J3 up in here. Let me try to call him on Google. Real quick.
What's up?
Yo, J3, what up, fam?
What's good?
Hold on, let me put you on so the people can see you. Why is it still ringing? What's up with that delay? Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Hold up. I'm gonna get the boy J3 up on here. Where in the heck is the chat? Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Can y'all hear him or nah?
It's better to hear me.
Hold on, I'm gonna take my music off so they can hear you. Can y'all hear him or nah? Say something, J3.
What's up? Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so I think they can hear you because OBS is showing me that the people can hear you. So I'm gonna finish this point and then we can, I guess, chat or whatever. So to answer the question of the person, to continue what I was saying, I like the Marvel movies, but I feel like they're slowly moving into popcorn territory, and that's fine for the general consumer. I have no problems at all with that. I actually very much enjoy the movies, but it has gotten to a point where they're all starting to kind of feel the same. You know, like how I was telling you guys the other day when I was watching the Thor Ragnarok trailer, I kind of felt like they didn't really give Thor his own swag. They were kind of giving him that whole Star-Lord kind of vibe, and I wasn't really feeling that. I really feel like I understand that Thor hasn't been one of their most critically acclaimed franchises, but I really feel like they could have tried a little bit more to kind of make Thor more godly. And I think that when it comes down to Marvel heroes on the big screen, it's almost kind of like they're not willing to be as risky with their more quote unquote OP characters. It's kind of like they kind of try to downplay their abilities a little too much. I'm really hoping that in the actual movie that it's not really like that. I'm hoping that it was just kind of for the sake of the trailer that they kind of made it a little bit more popcorn, and that in the actual movie itself, Thor has his own swag and he can hold his own, and he doesn't have to be, you know, like Star-Lord or whatever to kind of get his point across, you know, and stuff like that. But I feel like that's kind of like a very long-winded way of saying that I think they're a little too much popcorn for me. That's why I think I really enjoyed Captain America Winter Soldier a great deal, because they actually went out of their way to kind of tell you a good story instead of just focusing on trying to be comedic. And a part of me feels like when you are a company like Marvel and you have all of these amazing heroes that can do amazing things, it kind of does the heroes a disservice when you overshadow their abilities with humor and focusing on humor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like it's a cover up for something when you do that. Anyway, let's get my boy J3 here. I talked enough.
Nah, it's never too much, you know. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Are you still in San Diego?
Heck no, I got home yesterday, but I was so tired. I was asleep all day.
Yeah.
I got my video, did my reactions and everything.
Nice.
I just gotta upload them.
Nice.
But as far as Thor, I think differently. I don't know. I think it's all trailer trickery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't do a movie about death and making a new world in a new evil image and make it lighthearted. That just don't even.
That's what I'm saying. Right. That's what I'm saying.
So I think it's trailer trickery to get people in, because Thor, when they showed the Dark Thor trailers, Thor didn't do nothing. It was whack to a certain degree. Some people didn't like it. So I think it was like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it a little lighthearted. Like Thor Part 1 beginning was dark. Yeah. It was the right tone. I won't say dark, but right tone. And then it got lovey-dovey.
I hate that.
And then Part 2 was dark, but it still had that lovey-dovey interest in there. Now, this one looks like everyone's all right, we used to this routine with Thor. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make it light, fun, but make that shit dark in a lot of areas. Like, I think the beginning of it's going to be dark. The middle of it's going to be subtle. Then when they collaborate, it's going to be fun because you're going to see them fighting and do their things. And then the end is going to be very, very dark. Yeah. And I think that's where they're going to go with this movie. And if they don't, it's going to be trash. This is going to be a word of mouth film. It's not going to be everyone's going to run and go see it. It's going to be word of mouth. And that's the only way this movie is going to be successful. And I think that's why they're going to do it that way.
That's kind of how I feel. I kind of feel like the trailer, well, I'll say this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the trailer is popcorn just to get butts in seats. But then when the actual movie comes out, you see Thor actually being like the beast that he is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're low-key afraid for Thor to just be this OP god that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like how I was kind of saying earlier, like there's this stigma with Marvel that all of their characters are relatable, and then there's this stigma in DC where all of their characters are like OP and gods among men, and they're hard to relate to because of that. And I think that when it comes down to Thor, he is one of Marvel's OP gods among men because he's literally a god, but they're afraid to showcase that for some reason. I don't really know what's up with that, but I hope that
I doubt it now, because when she said, "And you are who?" and he came down with that thunder without that hammer.
Yeah.
Your boy's Thor, man. He's gonna wreck this bitch.
I hope so.
And I can't wait.
I hope so, man. Cause like the first 2 Thors, I was just like, okay, I'm really not feeling this. I think it probably would have been a little bit more tolerable if it wasn't so like lovely. Like I don't really like all that romance stuff. Like that stuff is not really my thing.
Keep it 100. Just keep it 100. No offense to females, but women be ruining those movies because they make them about love. Like I mean,
hate that, bro.
Like I made comic books, and I got love interests in my comics, but in my stories, not my actual comic book, but my stories, but they don't influence my character like that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what the movies do, and it sucks because Natalie Portman's a great actress, and to put her in that role where she's just dragging down this character is just stupid.
Like yeah. Go on.
No, go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like they make it so OD, bro. Like I don't really like romance in my superhero movies, but if you're gonna do it, man, do it right. Like I feel like not to come off like a DC fangirl, but I feel like if you're gonna do romance in a movie, the best way to do it is how Wonder Woman did it. Like you knew that the love between Diana and Steve Trevor was there, but it didn't overtake the movie. You feel me? Like you knew the chemistry was there, but it didn't overtake the movie. And like with the Thor movies, I feel like they overtook the movie, and I wasn't feeling that. Because
Trevor could take his own. He was doing his own thing. That's what made it tight.
That's what I'm saying.
Wonder Woman doing his thing. He like, all right, cool. She's fighting. Let's go do some other shit. Not stand there and look. You know what I mean? Like I was watching Spider-Man, and I still can't get over it. This bitch walked into the situation. Why are you there? What the fuck is wrong? These niggas are fighting, and you're doing nothing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That shit weak. That's the kind of shit I don't like. That's trash. But that's bad writing because you gotta look at some of those writers, they ain't never been in love. They probably ain't never had a girlfriend, ain't never cheated on a girl, never had any life experiences with a female. So when they write it like television. And it really comes off that way. It's stupid. It's like females don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you go see a female, go learn a female, and go write about it. And that's what's wrong with Hollywood. They always write shit like that. They don't. These niggas go to Harvard and stuff. They be nerds. And no offense to nerds, but they be nerds and they ain't getting no coochie and they don't understand what it is to have it. So they write stupid shit like that. And that's some real shit. I hate
that, bro. It's so
you can look at it in the comic. It's like why niggas don't do stuff like that. Like I got a character,
it's not
man.
Real world.
And I'm not even gonna tell you about her, but all the women characters that I wrote, they're based off of actual females that I know. Like some women are women I've been with, and their personalities are so unique. I had to make them to a comic story. And some women are women that I know that I would have wanted to hang with or be with. And then some are actual people that I know, like the homie. And when I write those characters, because my characters that I write are based off of me. So it's really easy to write that shit. There's certain personalities that certain areas that I come to that I feel that the world would like to see in a comic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that's how you write, or that's how I like to write. Like I was at San Diego Comic Con yesterday, and I got to watch Spotlight on Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, and they was asking Paul Dini. They was like, how do you write? And he's like, well, I start at the end, and I was like, that shit made me happy. Like my nipples got hard. Like I was like, that's how I write. I write the same way this nigga write. I write at the end. And then I find my way to the beginning. So I don't have these motherfuckers be writing from the beginning and trying to figure out an ending. You should always know what your ending is. And if you can't find a beginning, then scrap that shit. And that's what made it really, that's why I like Paul Dini. Because he writes like that. And you can tell Paul Dini has a wife. You know what I mean? I swear to you, when they were talking about his life and how he was getting bullied and beat up and how he started beating bullies up and shit, it makes sense on how when he writes his stories, his characters, his heroes always overcome the situation, but in their own rough way. It's you gotta really put, you gotta really put, your swag in it. These niggas be putting commercial in it, and it shows. That's why Thor, man, I need a horse. Yeah, it's funny, my nigga, but let's keep it 100. You're a god. He would have walked around like grabbing bitches by their hair and threw them over here. What's up? Where are you? You know, he would have been more aggressive, not comedy. He's a northern god.
Yeah.
So, I know I'm carrying on. This your channel, man. This ain't mine. You know how I do.
No, you're good, bro. You good. I've talked for about 45 minutes till you came in here, bro. They probably tired of hearing me.
Nah, ain't nobody tired of hearing you.
So, okay, but I got to get out of here in a little bit. But before I get out of here, I have to ask you about this Justice League trailer. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. I got a video. My video is rendering and everything like that. Yeah. It's already done. I'm gonna put it up in a minute. So I did that video. I did Thor video. I didn't do Stranger Things because I don't want to see Stranger Things. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to see that shit. I want to wait. Haven't seen Stranger Things. I want to wait completely. But I did it. I got at the end. I ain't gonna lie. That thump tells a lot. I don't think that's Green Lantern.
Thank you. Who do you think it is? Since we're here.
It could be, let's say it could be Green Lantern, but they did bad service with Green Lantern because Green Lantern don't land like that. Like Green Lantern's more of a finesse character. He come gliding in. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That thump tells me it could be. It could be Superman. OP. It's somebody strong as fuck. So, come to think of it, it could be. I'm just thinking. See, this is what happens when you talk out loud. Shit. This was originally what I thought. It could be Green Lantern, but I doubt it. Disservice. It could be Superman, which I don't want.
You don't.
It could be the Martian. Superman. It could be the Martian. It could be the Martian because the Martian lands like that. He lands. Yeah, boom.
He's just as strong as Superman, so it's possible. I don't think it's happening
because we already know Superman's in the movie. So for them to show that I knew you would come, that's whack. Superman's not even that type of character in the the DCEU where he's talking to Alfred like, "Hey, I'm gonna show up about 10 o'clock. What's up?" This sounds more like an intergalactic type situation where they communicated to Bruce to say that I'm coming. So I'm looking more of either a new god, Orion.
Oh my God! I didn't even think about it like that. Holy crap!
Because
that's what you were talking about. I was like, he said Orion. Like, what are you talking about?
When you open the portal, the new gods, they High Father them are the protectors of Earth.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised to send Orion, in which will make Darkseid come. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! You just opened a whole can of worms with that. Oh my God! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that's what I do. Breathe. No, John, I'm just joking. No, but I think it could be Orion, maybe Martian because of that landing. If it's Superman or Green Lantern, that's bad. It's a bad taste in my mouth. That's whack. You know what I mean? That is whack.
I think you're gonna be disappointed, my boy. I think it's Superman for sure. Because the whole theme of that trailer was like hope.
Yeah, but Superman doesn't represent hope in this movie.
I think.
You dig what I'm saying? I think this is the Superman that we know. What he communicate in his grave? What the fuck? Like, what he sending pecs out? I'm coming. Just give me a few days in my grave.
Did you hear my theory when I went live earlier? I'll give you my theory. This is what I think. I think I'm gonna frame this with this. The entire theme of the whole trailer was hope, right? They began the trailer talking about the death of Superman and how it affected the world at large. They reference and I think it was a monologue by Steppenwolf, if I'm not mistaken, when he goes, "No protectors, no lanterns, no Kryptonian. This world is mine," whatever he said. Then they transition over to one scene where Bruce is sitting in front of his supercomputer and he looks like he's looking at some holographic image of a Kryptonian. It might be Superman, it might be Supergirl, I don't know, but we know for a fact it's a Kryptonian person because if they are wearing green and red. Okay. So then we fast forward to the point when Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman are standing in front of Superman's memorial in Metropolis, because you know there's like a bed of flowers and stuff, so obviously that's what that means to me. And then we go towards the end of the trailer where Alfred is talking to someone, and the person that he's talking to, he's making it seem like he either knows this person or he knows of this person. So here's my theory, okay? And then of course, you know, when the drink is on the desk and then you hear the thump and the drink is rippling, so obviously it's somebody strong and OP. So my theory is that holographic image that Bruce was looking at when he was sitting at his supercomputer was potentially a program where he was analyzing Clark's or some Kryptonians' cells in this program. This is not above or beyond something that Batman has already done in the past. We already know that he likes to keep tasks on the others in the league and just people in general because it's part of his paranoia, right? So I'm thinking he is synthesizing Clark's Kryptonian DNA in real time in this program. He's seeing in this program that it's very possible that Clark's DNA is currently restructuring itself underground in his grave. Okay? Alfred and Batman obviously work very closely together. Freaking Alfred does intel for Bruce as well. So obviously, if this is the case, Alfred obviously knows this information because Batman's going to share this information with him, right? So when we get to the end of the trailer, that's why I think Alfred says, he said you would come, talking about Bruce. Bruce said you would come. Let's hope you're not too late. That's why I think it's Superman. You feel what I'm going with this?
No, I got you.
So that's why I feel like people are going over and beyond. But in my thoughts, maybe it's because I'm coming into this conversation with prior knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really read a whole lot of Superman comics, but I know enough about him based on like cartoons, the animated movies and stuff like that. And I know that he has the ability to regenerate his cells, right? That's one of his abilities, okay? And then the fact that Bruce was sitting at the supercomputer, right? And he's analyzing, obviously, this Kryptonian person. That's exactly what I think that he was looking at, seeing the nature of his DNA. And it's not beyond Bruce's paranoia to take a sample of Clark's DNA to find out more about his abilities and what he can do. Because obviously, in BVS, he thought this man was a threat, right? We've seen iterations of Batman where he's collected all of the data on all of the league just in case he has to stop them from doing something in the event that they go rogue, right? It's not it's not far-fetched. It's not beyond something that he would do. That's my theory. That's why I don't really know about any of the other ones. Like, you know, it could be Orion, it could be a Lantern, but I don't think that it is because of these reasons, right? So that's kind of where I'm coming from in all of this. So
we thought that's great observation on that. I just don't, I know Superman's coming.
You just don't think it's in this instance.
I don't know. I hope it's not.
Yo, you're going on hope. You don't want it to be Superman.
Because what's the name also has like it depends, like, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, who could, if you come with a red cape,
it could be Martian.
Like, you know what I mean? It could be, but then you change this. Well, Martian did have a red cape for one point.
Yeah.
But I don't. For them to be, this is the thing. This is where the story goes into play. Where it's like, fuck, they kind of effed it up in a sense. Because when Darkseid comes to anywhere, there are other beings that are in his way that are running from him that will land on Earth to help. You see what I'm saying?
True.
And for them to just say, oh, well, Earth is just by themselves, that kind of sucks. You know, Steppenwolf coming out laying waste to niggas.
Yeah, it could easily be a new guy, like you said. Like, I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't think that they would allude to that in the very first Justice League. I think that was something that would probably come in like a sequel. But I see where you're coming from, and I wholeheartedly see how that could be a possibility. I just don't think it's Green Lantern. That's my whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's Green Lantern. Or it could be, you never know. They're doing a Shazam movie in
I don't think it's Shazam either.
somebody strong. But let me see, you got or you can always throw out there, it could be Lex, the real one. It could be
in his super suit. No, don't do it, please. No.
I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there.
If it's Lex, I'm walking out the theater.
No, you ain't. You gonna want to watch and see how this shit play out, just like everybody else is. What this nigga finna do?
If it's Lex in a super suit, I'm done. I can't do this. It's too much for me.
That nigga Lex Luthor finna come out that beach. Bruh. Boom. I don't know. It could, but remember what I was saying about on my channel. I was saying about how they gotta restructure this DCU, and everybody's talking about Flashpoint. Flashpoint is a terrible thing to do because Flashpoint won't be rated R. You can't do that. You know what I mean? And Jeremy Irons is not Jeremy Irons. What's his name? The comedian. I can't think of his name right now. Playing Bruce. You can't. It's be all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So what if something would happen where you were to use time where Lex come back or something? I don't know, but you got to change what they fixed. And the only way that Aquaman and moving forward films are going to be kind of accepted, is if you change what they fixed. That Batman v Superman really tarnished the whole platform, and it has to be wiped clean. And you can't wait to 2021 to wipe it clean.
I really would like to talk to you more about this because this is getting to a very interesting point. But I have to go. I have to go help my sister, bro. But like this whole thing with the Flashpoint. We gotta do this, J3. We gotta talk about this, my boy. We have to talk about this because now you done got my freaking mind thinking about all of this, man.
Oh, that's what I do.
I hate that I have to go. Are you gonna be available at any point today? Because we might have to do this again.
I'm working on everything. I'm doing my Twitch and all that shit today, man. Great. I'm gonna do some discussions too, but I can't do them live. But
I can help you with that, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
This has been a good discussion. Oh my God. I hate that I have to go, but my sister wants me to help her with some running errands and stuff. All right, y'all. So this has been my boy, J3 Entertainment. Go ahead and check him out on YouTube. He's got some things coming to you guys from San Diego Comic-Con. J3, you got anything that you want to say before I get up out of here?
Peace.
Just peace. All right, y'all. I gotta go, man. But we probably gonna come back and talk about this again because, man, some interesting stuff is going on with this whole thing around Justice League and the whole new movie schedule. We gotta talk about that, y'all. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.